this next bulk, I'm gonna have a big.
You look fucking massive, bro, in the car. What the hell?
You see this? Who is that?
Is that you and Toby?
What I like to add on all my meals is like passata tomato paste. It's 4 grams of carbs per 100, so there's barely anything in this. You can just spam tomato sauce. We're gonna train legs today because we're doing an upper lower split, so we're training four times a week. And my second lower day, we're gonna start off with some abductors just to warm up. 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Today we're gonna do some deadlifts. I haven't done them like this whole year, I think. Then we're gonna do a seated leg curl, leg extension, Bulgarian split squat, and a hanging leg raise. Chad is cooking noodles, but the thing is he doesn't know how to cook. So what I'm gonna do is, because last time, this is what I used to bulk on when I was stupid. So I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm doing. So first what you do, this is the ultimate dirty bulk meal. Like I preach eating healthy. I do preach eat healthy. And I will keep saying avoid this. But if you're eating it, this is how you should cook it. So we're gonna throw in the noodles first. So while I eat my anabolic beef, we're gonna cook him something catabolic.
Catabolic.
The best catabolic meal. So what I used to do before to bulk up. And again, I'm not preaching or saying eat dirty food. Please don't be stupid. What I'm saying is, since Chad chose to eat noodles now, I'm showing him the best way to do it, flavor-wise, and he's gonna get quite a lot of calories in doing this. It's gonna be junk calories, but he's skinny, so he's gonna put on some meat finally. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to cook. Then I'll drain some of the water out. I think this is almost done. And that's the thing about this, it cooks really fast. So it's a very convenient thing if you're working a full-time job and you're running on instant ramen noodles because you can't afford sushi rice for some reason. I don't know how. This would taste amazing cold and hot, and meal prepped. It's also really nice. I used to do this every day when I was starting out in the gym, the first few months of working out, as a way to bulk up really well, and it worked, by the way. I did get fat and a bit watery, but no one really cares. You know, I'm jacked now. I'm gonna drain some water. We're gonna grab 2 eggs. We're just gonna break it inside. So we got eggs in there. Now, gonna grab anything to mix it, and you just keep mixing like this. So I'm jealous of Chad right now, I'm not gonna lie. And you're just gonna put like a block of cheese like this. If you want, you can put more cheese, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not caring about health when we're eating this. So this is a good cheat meal. Now, as you can see, it's not sticking to the bottom, like just a bit. You're gonna keep stirring it so the cheese melts slowly. Now we're gonna lower the heat. I'm so hungry right now and I'm making him the best noodles on earth. Some butter. We don't have any protein available. So what we're gonna do is just 2 eggs, you know, it gets like a whopping 12 grams of protein. Some protein from the cheese and the noodles. I'll give them some whey isolate to give them a good meal. And we're gonna throw in all the spices. Keep in mind, you can cook some chicken breast and you can toss it in the noodles. And you can mix it with the spices of the noodles. So the chicken is gonna taste insane. The way you were eating your noodles before, I was disappointed. Because the thing is, normal people, they get to eat this stuff. Like, when you're not a bodybuilder, you get to enjoy unhealthy food. And the way you were eating it, you were getting nothing from it, flavor-wise. So essentially what you were doing was just throwing in your health for no benefit. I have no idea how much calories that is, or the macros. No one cares. Right now we're just eating for taste. What do you think?
Okay, I can give it to you.
Yeah?
I'm stupid for doing it the way I used to do it. Just there's one problem.
What?
I didn't figure this out sooner.
But yeah, you have carbs, you have fats and you have protein, and you can add more protein.
And like another...
With the whey isolate or chicken breast. You can put chicken breast on top.
Yeah.
and that's a meal. And then you add some veggies. If you're gonna eat dirty food, you might as well like cook it well. There's no point in wasting your head for no benefit. So at least now he's ruining his head.
But with a bit of flavour.
But with better flavor, correct.
So just a little bit of spice.
So we got to the gym. I did 4 sets of abductors just to warm up. Because after these, we're gonna do deadlifts. I haven't done deadlifts for a long time now. I'm not sure the duration exactly, but I don't do them enough to have proper form, you know. So we're working on my form. First things first, after warming up on the abductors and I did 2 warm-up sets, and then I did 4 working sets. We went on to the deadlift. So in the beginning, I was just trying to feel out the bar. I was trying to see how I need to sit into it, because that's what my coach told me. But I wasn't getting used to the hip hinge from the beginning, like as you can see. Then I just started adding the weight slowly to feel it out more. With the weight it felt a bit better, because obviously like it feels a bit more normal when there's weight added. I kept adding on plates just to feel the difference each time, see what's heavy for me, see what feels too light, because I don't want to go too light on a deadlift. I went up to like 4 plates, but my form wasn't perfect, so I was not gonna risk going heavier or like doing an extra set with the 4 plates. It wasn't heavy, it didn't feel heavy. I should have brought some straps because my grip was slipping. I'm not used to deadlifting so much, because again I haven't done it for quite a long time. Then I decided to like the workout essentially. I lowered the weight. I did some extra sets on the deadlift. I focused on my form and we got it in the end. My form was a bit better. It doesn't show much on the camera, but I did go from 4 plates to like 2 plates just to feel out my glutes and hamstrings more. Because what I was doing in the beginning, I wasn't doing a hip hinge as much, like my needs to be more out, and I wasn't fully activating my glutes at the top. There wasn't a good squeeze. But then once I lowered the weight and I felt it properly, that's when I got some good activation in after like 6 sets of trying to fix my form. But right now on a deload phase, this is the best time to fix these things, these small details. Right now, imagine we're pulling a slingshot, like we're pulling back, and once we're ready to release, once we're ready to start the bulk, that's when we just go all out. And ideally, when you start the bulk, you want to have everything dialed in. Your training, your food, everything needs to be dialed in, so you make the most out of it. I don't want to waste my next one, so I didn't care if I did like 5 extra sets just to fix my form, you know. I just wanted to make the best out of each rep and each workout. Then we did a seated leg curl. This is one of my favorites. I like doing them really slow, just get a good squeeze at the bottom and a good stretch at the top. After the seated leg curl, we go along with a leg extension. Recently it's been one of my favorites. I think I found a good place for the seat, because before I wasn't really sure with this machine specifically. But I like to put the seat a bit back so I get a better stretch on my quads and a better flex at the top. Try to hold it for a second or 2 when you're at the top. Imagine you trying to flex so hard, your quads will like come off the bone. That type of flex. Put so much intensity into it, you will not regret it, because the gains you'll get when you squeeze that hard, it's insane. And I need to focus on that more. It's one of the things I'm trying to learn. Just try to focus on the perfect squeeze. Even on my back, I'm trying to work on my back a lot in that regard. Just get a good squeeze and hold it for a few seconds. My quads are quite full recently. My legs look pretty good for like keep in mind we're on a deload, we're not really pushing food. Like this is just me resting, you know. This is what I look like when I'm resting essentially. Then I did some Bulgarian split squats. I try to do these really slow, and I like to lean into my hip. I don't know how to explain it in words, but if you look at the camera, I got different angles. You're gonna see me leaning into my hip almost, and that really kills my quads. And like you can even see the hamstring separation as well. It's quite a good exercise. I'm gonna be honest, one of my favorites. I'm learning how to train better. Like I'm focusing on
my weak points a lot more, and I'm very happy with the progress so far. My glutes, they were never activated as much because I had more muscle in my quads rather than my glutes my whole life. And that's why you need to focus on your form early on. So when you're starting out in the gym, you are going to have weak points. It's how it works. Genetically, you're gonna have muscles stronger than others. You're gonna have muscles bigger than others. You're gonna have imbalances all over your body. If you don't tackle the mistakes early on, the bigger you get, it's gonna get harder to balance your body out. Because your quads, in my case, my quads got so big that my glutes, they kept lagging, you know. And ideally, if you're gonna grow and you want to be a bodybuilder, you need to be as symmetrical as possible. So never neglect your weak points, never neglect calves, because I know most of you are skipping calves. When I got bigger legs, that's when that's when it got more fun. This next bulk, I'm gonna have a big. That's my goal. I want to have. People want big arms, they want big shoulders. Me, I just want a nice. Never skip leg day. This is something everyone struggles with because it's too difficult, because people don't like training legs. They just like the pump. They don't look at the bigger picture. They don't care if they look stupid. You know, I remember when I had really small legs and I used to look good in tank tops. What I used to wear, I used to avoid wearing shorts because my legs were so skinny and my upper body was so big compared to my legs, because genetically my upper body improved faster than my legs. I used to hate training legs just because I didn't have leg muscle. If you have skinny legs, like you have skinny anything, don't neglect that. It just means you need to work more on it. You know how satisfying it's gonna be when you get big legs. I'm not even joking. I went from skinny twig to legs being my strongest body part. That's the first thing people look at. You know, when I'm walking outside and I'm wearing shorts, people don't even care that I have a big chest or big arms. They just look down and they see big chunks of meat.
What do you mean by that?
Just focus on your weaker parts, bring them up. Then when your weaker parts are up, look at how your body looks. Once everything is more symmetrical, that's when you can train everything equally. But volume needs to be organized accordingly. You know, you shouldn't put too much volume on your chest if it's already too big. My goal right now, like what I have in my head, is next bulk we focus more on my back, because I want that, the Nick Walker back, the big Rami quads. I don't know who has big glutes, but whoever he is, like him. So that's my goal, next bulk. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to use code Anomaly if you want to keep supporting my grind. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Bye bye.